And what about other courses in the UK that ride fairly similar to Southwell? We've discussed a bit about Foss Lass there being quite flat left-handed, but you said it's quite a bit tighter there, or quite a bit more galloping.
It's more galloping in Foss Lass. You tend to be able to get a breeder into a horse in Foss Lass, whereas here they kind of do it all in one breath really. You just always struggle to get a breeder into them, unless you're travelling really well. Foss Lass, you've got a bit of time coming out of the back straight, and they probably wouldn't get raced until the turn in. It's such a long, wide open straight in Foss Lass that it's you'd be mad to get racing too early. But you see a lot of winners come from the front there as well. Just depends really on how you can dictate matters.
Yeah. And what about Stratford? Because I've always thought that Stratford seems to transfer well to here.
Yeah, it does. Stratford is definitely one I'd equal it to
Southwell.
even though it's a different sort of shape, but it is a similar sort of track where you have to be handy. They're always on the go. There's never really a break in the race where they can get a breather and fill their lungs. You're always on the move in Stratford, and like I say here as well. And plus, if you're on the inside, you tend to get helmed in quite a bit. So
so bigger field races, you try and get to the front as quick as you can.
Well, yeah, and get out of the way of trouble.
Keep out of the way of trouble.
It's always very tight.
Brilliant. And what about Ayr and Bangor? Those are the other two. And Worcester, is Worcester like this?
No, Ayr wouldn't be similar to this. Ayr would be more different again,
even though it's quite flat, it's...
Yeah, it isn't quite flat. There's a dip on the turn-in, and then there's a little rise to it for about half a furlong. And then it's down again. You're actually running down to the third and the second last in Ayr. Is it a downhill finish all the way then? Yes, it's not so much until you jump the last and then it's climbing again.
Right, yeah.
You'd really have to ride. Looking at a racecourse is one thing, riding on it is another.
Totally
you can definitely feel the undulations in racecourses when you're when you're riding. And
well, that's why we like to get a jockey's view on these courses, because it is so much different to what people experience. And you say Worcester as well, is that?
Yeah, Worcester is, I think, is very similar to here as well. I enjoy Worcester. I have a lot of success there as well. They've got similar hurdles, and the fences ride really well in Worcester. I would never have a problem starting off a novice around Worcester. 2 straights, 5 fences down the back straight, 4 fences up the straight. I think very similar, very simple.
Fast course again, quite quick.
Whatever Worcester, if you tend to get to the front there, you can get breeders in, but sometimes they can go too quick there, and you can actually drop in. It's not the be all end all to be out of your ground in Worcester, whereas it probably would be the be all end all if you were out of your ground in Southwell. It'd be very difficult to make up the ground for some reason or another. They kick early here, but they're very hard to pick back.
And that's great. So that's the sort of the courses. So basically we'd say that the two to keep an eye on would be Stratford and Worcester if you're looking for form to transfer here. Yeah,
definitely Stratford, I would say, would be very similar. Worcester could be a bit tricky. Some horses can, if you have a hold-up horse, they can get away with it around Worcester, whereas they might not get away with it here. But I wouldn't say they're too dissimilar.
And what about the chase track here? Any demons in the chase track here? Or?
Yeah, I've got 2 rides over fences today, so I hope everything goes okay. I've had luck here. I rode my first winner for Henry Knight here over fences. And
are they stiff fences, or are they quite easy to jump?
They're rides. They don't take many prisoners, but they have to have them like that here, basically for the speed of the track, to slow things down a bit. I mean, if they were soft as well, you'd be in trouble. There'd be a lot more fallers. They do take a bit of jumping. I wouldn't mind. I still wouldn't. I wouldn't be afraid to start off a novice here, but it wouldn't be the most ideal place in the world
for a novice chaser.
Yeah.
A 2 mile. It'd be a quick 2 mile, would it?
Yeah, it would be a quick 2 mile. Basically, it's good for handicappers. That's basically what it is, really. And they do tend to ride well. Sometimes in the straight they can drag in a bit deep. The third last and second last, they come at you quick and fast, really. And down the back as well, they definitely come at you quick and fast. But the only thing I'll say is they do drag you in a little bit tight here into the bottom of them, and you do tend to see horses chest them a little bit and topple over.
So they don't jump from well back, they sort of come in.
Yeah, they come in deep, and then.
Is that because of the angle of the fence?
Yeah, and the belly that's upon them, And if they were more on a hill, a horse would be able to come back a little bit and be able to get a better jump at them. But